What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today I wanted to talk about why I stack silver. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Use promo code THANKS for a 15% discount until midnight tonight, Black Friday. And of course, try out some G Fuel Energy Formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer one friend by the end of November and they're going to give you 30 free fractional shares. Refer 3 friends by the end of November and they're going to give you 1 free share of Apple with a chance of winning all the way up to 20. Refer 7 friends by the end of November and they're going to give you 2 guaranteed free shares of Apple with the chance of winning all the way up to 40. Everything will be linked in the description. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about why I stack silver. Now, some of you know this story, some of you maybe you don't. Long story short, I was introduced to silver about 1.5 years before I actually started stacking. Now, I started stacking the tail end of 2017. I was introduced to it, I believe, early 2016, if memory serves me right. A friend of mine I reconnected with, a childhood friend. He moved when we were probably, I don't know, 12, 13 or something like that. Reconnected, and he told me that he has something pretty interesting going on. Now, the reason he brought this up to me was because I showed him a business that a group of friends and I had started. It was mainly landscaping, and we were doing a whole bunch of stuff back then. But he told me he doesn't really have a way of making money outside of his job, but he has a pretty unique way of saving money. And he was telling me about silver, and he was saying that it was real, true, honest money, and he was explaining to me that it stands a far better chance than the dollar bill. And at the time, this was the first time I had ever heard of anything like this. This was news to me. I had never in my life heard of stacking silver before. This came out of left field. I was like, what in the world are you talking about? That was basically my reaction. I didn't understand it. It sounded cool. I liked the concept. I kind of appreciated the fact that it's something that you can do privately without getting the bank involved or without having any government entity or anything like that. I like the fact that I could do it on my own, discreetly, privately, being my own bank, essentially. I just like the idea of that. And unfortunately, at the time, even though I liked the idea, I just didn't really fully understand. I didn't get it. I wanted to get it, but for whatever reason, there was just a block. And we just had that one conversation about it, and that was really it. And then for whatever reason, a year and a half went by. Now all of a sudden it's December of 2017. For some strange reason, I don't know what it was or what triggered my memory, but I remember that conversation that my friend and I had, and I was like, you know what? Let me look back into that. So I started looking into silver coins, rounds and bars, started reading articles, watching videos. I was watching the Overtaxed Taxpayer. I was watching Sal and a couple of other guys. And I began to form my own opinion. I started to look at the markets, the precious metal market more specifically. I started to look at the charts. I started to look at who in particular is acquiring physical precious metals. And I came to the conclusion that this was something that I wanted to do. I came to the conclusion that I wanted to have some silver. Now, at the time, I wasn't thinking that it was an investment by any means. I wasn't saying to myself, oh, I'm going to get rich off this stuff. That's not why. I didn't get into precious metals for that reason. I got into precious metals because, to be honest with you, number one, I like the idea of banking on my own terms, but on top of that, the cherry on top was that I thought that the community appeared to be pretty cool. I was like, this is like a really niche thing. This isn't like a popular, I don't know how to explain it. It was like almost like an underground club in a way. I was like, man, this is actually pretty cool. This is awesome. The people involved seem to have good heads on their shoulders for the most part. and this group of people, they're prioritizing personal finance in a way that I'm completely unfamiliar with. I'm in. So I headed on over to my local coin shop. I picked up my very first piece of silver. The one you're looking at on screen, I think this is actually my newest piece of silver. But my very first piece of silver ever was just a simple little 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine silver round. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Just one little piece of silver. But that one little piece of silver was all that it took. Once I actually held it in my hand, I was like, oh, I understand now. I get it. Something clicked. Remember how I said there was like a mental block before where I wanted to understand, but I didn't understand? Turns out all I needed to do was to hold some real, true, honest money in my hand. The weight of the silver. It's just something that I'd never experienced before. My whole life, I was holding on to currency. Piece of paper, glorified debt note, IOU dollars. That's all I'd ever known. This was like a whole new world to me. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I was in the coin shop. I held that little piece of silver in my hand, and I was like, I get it now. I understand. And the rest is history, because as soon as I went home with that little 1 troy ounce silver round, I immediately went back like the next week, and I got 2 more silver rounds. One was a buffalo round, and one was a year of the snake round. Then after that, I started looking at the different online precious metal dealers, APMEX, JM Bullion, and I started placing orders. Larger quantities. 5, 6, 7 silver rounds at a time. Moving on into 2018, I started picking up silver eagles and silver maple leafs. I started to understand the difference between coins and rounds, and coins and bars, and rounds and bars. Then in 2019, I started to integrate 90% silver into the stack. 2020, year of the premiums. I still stayed committed. I still stayed determined. I still stayed encouraged. I still stayed stacking. 2021, 2022, pretty much the same thing. Diversification is pretty much the #1 thing on my mind over the last 2 years. But it's pretty interesting because next month, we're only a few weeks away. Next month will be the 5-year stack-iversary for me. When it comes to silver, that is. I've been stacking silver for going on 5 years now. Next month will be 5 years. That's crazy. Half a decade in silver. And I've picked up as much as I could. Especially 2019 and 2020. Scaled back a little bit because now I view it more as a hobby, but I still pick up silver. I'm still stacking silver. I still love silver. I still have the same stance on silver as I always have, that I'm in it for the long term, and that I believe in it in the long run. What the spot price is today doesn't matter to me. What the spot price is this week, this month, this year doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is multiple decades down the road. That's what I care about. That's what I'm concerned about. That's what matters to me. And that's why I'm stacking silver. That's how I got started. That's what I've done over the last just about 5 years, and that's why I continue to stack. It's a fun hobby. I like the community. It's a way that I can take matters into my own hands and bank on my own terms. I can be my own bank, and I can bank privately. And I personally believe, in my opinion, I stand a far better chance hedging against inflation with silver than with dollar bills. Go figure. And also, As I always say, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't advise anyone to make any particular financial decisions. I can't tell a person to go start stacking silver and gold. That's not my decision to make. That's not for me to say. But I will say this. Go and get one piece of silver. Go to your local coin shop. If you're watching this video, odds are you're probably already stacking. But if you haven't already gotten started stacking and you're on the fence about it, go and get 1 troy ounce of silver. Go get a little silver bar, silver round, silver coin. Doesn't matter. Just go and get 1 piece of silver. Hold it in your hand and see if that helps you make the decision, because that's what it was for me. You don't have to get started stacking. You don't have to commit to it. You don't have to be in it for the long run. Just go get 1 coin. See how you like it. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to silver, if you're stacking, assuming that you are, why are you stacking? How did you get started stacking? Who introduced it to you? How long have you been stacking for? And what has made you continue to stack for the length of time that you've been stacking for? Head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Remember to use promo code THANKS for a 15% discount until midnight tonight. It's a Black Friday sale. Everything in the DYDSS store, 15% off, promo code THANKS. Try out some G Fuel Energy Formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. You can deposit as little as you'd like, even as little as a penny. It still works, it still counts, you still get your up to 12 free fractional shares. Refer 1 friend by the end of November, and Webull's going to give you 30 free fractional shares of some of the most rock-solid companies on the planet. Ford, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, the list goes on. If you refer 3 friends by the end of November, Webull's going to give you a guaranteed free share of Apple with a chance of winning all the way up to 20. If you refer 7 friends by the end of November, Webull's going to give you a guaranteed 2 free shares of Apple with a chance of winning all the way up to 40. And for every friend you refer that enables crypto trading on the platform, Webull's going to give you $5 worth of a crypto of your choice between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Sheeb, and Cardano. Everything will be linked in the description. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, why are you stacking silver? If you're stacking silver, of course. Who introduced it to you? How long have you been stacking for? And why are you still stacking today? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.